Greetings and bright blessings, my friends. Holistic Holly, modern day mystic, here for a tarot reading for the collective for the week ahead. I hope you're all doing really well. I hope that you have negotiated January with ease and grace, and if not, you've learned the lessons, you've had the takeaways, you've done the releasing that you need to do. And you are now ready to step forward into a new month, the second month, with new intentions, with hope, with excitement, because I think things are going to start to settle down now after all of that bumpy ride of January 2020. So without further ado, let me pick a card for you guys to see what's coming through. Okay. Wow. Okay. So we have the Page of Cups, but it came out reversed. So cup cards are to do with our emotions and our relationships. And when you have a court card like this, it shows where you are on your journey in terms of how much of a handle or how much control you have of that area of your life. Okay. So the Page of Cups is someone who's just beginning to realise actually the control and the power that they have in staying on top and staying in what's the word I'm looking for here? In charge. Not allowing their emotions to take control, to knock you off your feet. When you're triggered, rather than being impulsive, it means that you can actually just take a step back and go, whoa, steady on here. Now, the fact that this card has come out reversed, to me suggests that you're actually not quite aware of how much you've grown in that regard. And actually, it means that perhaps you still have a little bit of programming around your emotions left to shed. Okay, but now is the perfect time to do it. So it's time to really check in and think and realize that you don't have to engage in every single emotion that pops into your awareness. Okay, you can choose how you feel. There's a really great concept that was brought to my attention by Brendan Bouchard. I don't know if you've heard of him, but he's a really motivational, inspirational guy. Definitely worth checking out, particularly if you are an entrepreneur or interested in just becoming more successful at what you do, becoming more remarkable and high achieving. And he said, although, you have this impulse, this immediate reaction of the emotion that we cannot control, we can choose how we feel around certain things, or we can plan how we're going to feel. So for example, if you've got a day ahead of you and perhaps you're going to meet some people, you're going to be around people that can be very wearing on you, very very triggering for you, perhaps grate on you a little bit. You may in those moments feel like irritated and angry or anxious, but if you set the intention beforehand, you're gonna experience these things, but you're gonna choose to feel peaceful or choose to feel in control of the situation. Although you may be aware of these learned responses of these emotions arising within you, you are actually choosing to feel calm or at ease or in control or empowered in that situation. So you can actually choose how to feel even though the programmed response of our emotion is still firing up and flaring up. And so that's a really empowering thing to realize, that we are not our emotions and that we can take a step back from them. And this is a huge aspect, right? And I talk about this all the time, as many of you who've seen some of my videos know, that I talk about being responsive over reactive, being the observer of our emotions. I'm actually listening to an audio series by Eckhart Tolle at the moment, who wrote The Power of Now. I hope I've pronounced that properly. And he is talking about becoming a master of presence, okay? And he says that, you know, when we recognize that our emotions as they arise are programmed responses and choose not to indulge in them but are aware that they're there, we are in fact, you know, freeing ourselves from those programmed responses, and they start to fade away. So if you are finding yourself in situations where you are reacting the same way time and time again, start to become aware of your reactions rather than, you know, indulging and going all in, okay? And I think that's something that's going to be quite profound and hopefully quite helpful for you if you are finding yourself being quite triggered or what have you, of late, because I know that's in the air, right? A lot of that is happening. So yeah, I think there's a lot to do with communication. Perhaps you're still not expressing yourself fully when it comes to your emotions, still not able to articulate yourself very well, and or have fears perhaps around articulating your emotions and how you're feeling, which is again a common response, a common learned behavior, because perhaps people have reacted in a certain way when we have expressed a certain emotion, or we have a fear around how people will respond to us, or how, you know, we may make that as worse, or we may be judged, or what have you. Okay, so what I kind of highly recommend, and I think has been very valuable tool for me on my journey, which is all I can really, you know, kind of say about, but you know, journaling, writing things down, writing your feelings out, can really help you articulate them in the moment. It also helps you see them in a way that you can see, right, well, is this rational? Is this, you know, is this a valid response, a valid feeling, or am I overreacting? Is there something else going on here? Is there an underlying reason why I feel the way I am? You know, have they actually treated me in the way that I think they have, or is this me filtering, you know, expecting to be treated in a certain way and I'm seeing that when that's not really the case? You know, it's a really powerful and important tool for self-mastery, as well as, you know, being able to articulate what you need to say in that moment. For me, I've had a lot of issues about speaking about my emotions. You know, an old kind of learned behavior of mine, I think, is to switch to being like passive aggressive as opposed to speaking up and saying, actually, well, this is the problem. And it's something that I have done a lot of work on personally in the last couple of years. And oh my gosh, like, it's such a life-changing thing to be able to stand up for ourselves and express ourselves, even over the smallest little things, not letting them eat us up, right? So just be aware of that. You need to speak your mind, you need to speak your truth, just to smooth out the wrinkles and iron out the gaps. And it could be in big important relationships, or it could be just small little things with colleagues, you know, with people that we just encounter on the day-to-day. You just speak up, speak your truth. People will respect you more for it. And if you have concern about finding the right words, knowing what to say or how to articulate yourself, if you haven't got time to do the journaling exercise, then, you know, visualize your throat chakra opening. You know, ask for assistance to find the words that you need to say. And I say this time and time again, right? Our ancestors, angels, and spirit guides, our spirit teams, they support us, you know, all the time, if we remember to ask for it. And they can help us in so many ways. You know, they can't take the obstacles away from us, the lessons that we're here to learn, right? The things that we incarnate to experience, they can't take those away. But oh my goodness, they can help us feel strong enough, empowered enough, you know, help us find the words that we need to say in those situations, help ease a troubled mind. They can, you know, bring healing to us in times where we are just all over the place, to help us find that moment of peace when we need it. So they can help us in so many ways. Just remember to ask for it, guys. Okay? But there's a lot of light, a lot of support coming in for you. And know that, you know, our thoughts are not always our own. Sometimes we are getting inspired and we don't even realise it. So if bolts and ideas come like bolts out the blue, you know, investigate those, follow those up, because they are going to be really helpful at serving you. So I hope you've enjoyed this video, my friends. Thank you so much for spending these few minutes with me. I deeply appreciate you for watching. If you had enjoyed previous videos, please let me know in the comments below what you like, what your biggest takeaway was, what resonates with you. If it has resonated with you, don't forget to subscribe, follow and share with your friends, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Love, light and so many blessings. Bye for now.